So, let's talk about my year. Today I am celebrating my second birthday in lockdown. Can you believe it? So I am turning 34 years old, minus 2 birthdays in lockdown. Happy 32nd to me. I have to admit that last year the idea of a birthday in lockdown was sort of like this weird, unique experience that not everyone was going to have. I hopped on the quarantini bandwagon to celebrate virtually over Zoom, an app that at the time was completely new and foreign to me. And like so many others, I danced on TikTok, attempted to make whipped coffee, binge watched Tiger King on Netflix.
I've been doing this 20 years, never even been bit. It's okay.
And cleaned my entire house from top to bottom. Man, that seems like so long ago. Even with no true end in sight though, it never really occurred to me that 1 year later, we would still be in this situation. I definitely had my ups and downs throughout the year. Obviously, I work in group travel. I lead group travel, so my job was kind of no longer a thing. My family is spread out across the country, so that was difficult. I definitely don't want to take away from the hardships and everything that people went through this year with this video, so please don't take it that way. But I thought that like just because it was my birthday, you might let me get away with keeping things a little bit lighter, a little bit more positive in this particular video, and just, you know, letting me chat about maybe some of the better, more of the positive things that came out of my lockdown so far. She ain't over. As someone who travels extensively throughout the year and works in travel as well, there were a lot of things that I wanted to do, but would always talk about doing when I had the time. My anxiety was telling me to slow down, my body was telling me to slow down, but it wasn't really until this year forced me to slow down that I realized all of the things that I'd been missing out on. This year, I was able to spend so much more quality time at home with my husband, and we celebrated one of our first New Year's Eves together, which was amazing. I was finally able to sit down and finish my ebook for travelers who want to plan and lead their own trips abroad when the time is right. I furthered my education online and met so many amazing colleagues that are now just my friends, and I also made huge progress in learning to speak Thai. Di Chen Rian Phasa Thai Happy Ti Lao Ti Pratet Thai Chen Majak Canada Ka Dang Non Donnie Chen Rian Phasa Thai online Khao Jai Phasa Thai Nit Noi Put Phasa Thai Nit Noi obviously Le Kien Phasa Thai Nit Noi Doi Ka. So, yay! As things opened up a little more over the summer, I was able to get out and explore closer to home in the Canadian Rockies by RV and really spend some time in parks and places that I honestly didn't even know existed. From Waterton Lakes, about as far south as you can go in Alberta, to staycations right here in Edmonton, I really had the chance to fall in love with where I live, which is something that I hadn't even really done in the nearly 10 years of being here because we were overseas or back home in Ontario so often. I was also able to focus, and I mean really focus, on self-care and the things and hobbies that really make me happy. And when I was ready, I was then able to move into this next phase of my business and really kind of regain my passion for what I do and content creation and creating content for you guys right here on YouTube. Again, I definitely don't want to be tone deaf or take away from the experiences of others this past year. Obviously, I have had it, I mean, so good compared to other people, and my heart sincerely goes out to everybody who's suffered. We all have had our ups and downs in different ways, and I don't want to take away from that. But for this, my second lockdown birthday, I just really wanted to commemorate this year for some of the positive things that have come from lockdown and for some of the things that I have, you know, personally been able to overcome. So if you are still here and still watching this video, thank you so much for coming along with me for this little trip down memory lane. I hope that you kind of like enjoyed that little insight into my life. And, you know, for me, a message to me in the future, you did it. It was hard, but you did it. So at home or abroad, you're not gonna wanna miss the adventures we have coming your way. Post new travel content every single Sunday. You're not gonna wanna miss it. And until I see you next Sunday, stay great, travel safe, and I will see you then. Bye guys.